And I really am starting to believe that I could get my life back. So good morning. We are on the way to my appointment this morning. My mom is still with me. Jake is coming back tonight, and then my mom will be heading back to North Carolina. We've had a good weekend together, and it's cool that she gets to come to one of my appointments with me. And today I'm having a curve check with the chiropractor. So basically he's going to be looking at the x-rays of my neck with and without neck weights on, and then he'll adjust the weights if he feels like it's necessary. And so I think that will be cool. It'll be cool to see if I've had any progress with the neck weights with just the last couple weeks with the heavier weights. So today is Monday, and it's the start of week 4 here at Caring Medical. So we actually just passed the halfway point. We just finished up 3 weeks, and we're going to be spending 6 full weeks here. And so it's crazy that we're halfway done, and I'll be having another round of Prolotherapy this Thursday. So I'll keep you guys updated on that, and we'll check in with you after the appointment to let you know how it goes.
Right here. That's a bad one.
Yeah.
A little bit hard to do.
Yeah, it does.
And then you feel like it wants to pull you back out where you let this forward, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just something for us to consider as well.
Okay. Is that something you use weights for? Or?
Yes, we could. So
Okay.
let's take a little step forward. Good, so we're gonna have you hold it right here, okay? And we'll take one look. Good. Okay, then let's have you put your weight on right here. Just pulling this in, so it should be less work to bring those together.
Yes.
So then good, feet are nice and wide, abs engaged, glutes active, you're resting those arms, you're letting this pull you up nice and tall. Good, right about there. And then we're just gonna take one little picture and see how this is.
Fine, I just get standing still. I just get.
And that was a long time for you to stand straight with.
Kind of just,
Why don't you take some nice deep breaths? Do you want to lay down for a sec?
It's okay. I just.
Take some nice deep breaths, sweetie.
Could you see a difference from the last one without, from the 5-pound change?
without the weights, let's see. This is from 118. Well, definitely. I mean, this is just from 118, which, you know, today is 131, right? So you can see how far forward that lower neck angle is and how it comes up. And then now today, this is it without the weights on.
Oh, wow.
So it's drastically different. I mean, it's
Wow.
significantly improved. This is awesome. Then now we're just doing little fine tuning. This is when you were wearing the weight, and then this is once we had on both of them.
Wow.
So it's just from this one without the weight to here, it's a very, very small, subtle change. But something that I'm looking at is just a little bit of the angle of even these spinous processes and how they're a little bit coming together in the back here. And then with this one, how it's just a little bit more of an angle like that, where they're splayed apart, if you can see that. So that's gonna help you with mobility from getting stuck and tight and then getting everything else to bother you. So see that angle and then that one. So just changing a little bit, but it's definitely gonna help you stay strong and keep that curve more permanent for you.
Okay. So you guys just saw some clips from my appointment on Monday with Dr. Brian for my curve check, and my mom got to go with me, which she really enjoyed, and she was really impressed with Dr. Brian and Caring Medical. And Dr. Brian said it was okay for us to film and share some of those clips with you guys on here. He noticed that I was having a lot of trouble getting my rib cage tucked in and my lower back into the correct posture when I'm using my weights, and that's because of the hyperlordosis that I have in my lower back. So he gave me another weight like you guys saw in the video, and basically that just helps me to keep the right posture when doing the neck weights. It will also help with the lordosis in my lower back. When I put it on, it actually felt good, like it was helping me to get into the right posture, because when I feel like I'm standing up straight and having good posture, it actually isn't, at least in my lower back. So I had to order that weight because they didn't have it in stock there, but that's gonna come in a couple days, and then I'll be able to start wearing both weights while I'm doing my neck weights. A lot of you guys have asked questions about the neck weights and if you can buy them and that sort of thing. Unfortunately, it's something that you can't really just buy and use without a professional, because they approach it very specific to each patient and use x-ray guidance to make sure the weights are putting your neck in the position that it should be in. For people that have instability in the C0, C1 area, it actually can make symptoms worse to use weights in certain situations, because the weights can actually shift the C1. And so that wasn't something of concern for me because I am fused C0 to C2, but most of their patients are not. And so, of course, everything is very specific to the patient and every case is different in their approach. But typically, to my knowledge, they'll do a few rounds of prolotherapy before starting with curve correction in most of their patients, just to help to stabilize the C0, C1 so that it won't worsen any sort of instability symptoms or cause any shifting of that area when putting the weight on. I think I mentioned this in a previous video, but in one of our first appointments, he mentioned that some patients will start with 1 pound and some will start even up to 15 pounds. It really just depends on the patient, and they're very aware of that and cautious of that. I don't find the weights to be uncomfortable. I've been asked that as well. It actually feels like it's helping to get my neck into a better position. It actually feels like it's helping me to hold my head up. So the weights have been a pretty positive experience for me so far, other than the POTS symptoms flaring up while standing, but that's something that's manageable for me right now. So anyways, I asked him if there were any other doctors or chiropractors that were doing curve correction in a similar way. He said that they don't teach this method in regular chiropractic school, and it's something that you have to go through a different sort of training for. And he said he would estimate that around 2% of chiropractors do curve correction with neck weights, and so obviously not very many, but it isn't something that's completely unique to Caring Medical. So it's definitely possible to find another practitioner that does neck weights. Just of course be careful and always do what feels best to you. And so yeah, it was a good appointment. I feel like after every appointment I have there, I'm just excited to tell you guys about something new that I've learned, and I'm going to continue trying to share as much as possible with you guys. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments below, and I'll try to address them in future videos. But that's pretty much the update for now. Today is Jake's birthday, so we're going to try to go to the beach later. So that's that, and tomorrow morning I will be having my next round of prolotherapy injections, and I'll be sure to take you guys along with me and let you know how round 2 goes. We just went into Dollar Tree and got a bunch of balloons and birthday decorations for Jake for his birthday, and so that was really good that my mom was there to help me. And so I'm just gonna hide it in the closet of the guest room in the place that we're in so he doesn't see them. Then I'll just put him out on his birthday, so hopefully he'll be surprised.
this event.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Okay, we're all done. I'm so stiff.
Yeah. It's like your neck just got 1,000 times straighter.
Yeah, it
brace.
really, I think this time I might feel a little bit more stiff than the first time, but I didn't eat anything this morning because our appointment was at 8:30, and I usually, the bumps hurt a lot. Oh.
Sorry.
I usually don't eat until like 10 or 11, and they were like, oh, you need to eat, like, we'll give you some almonds or fruit or something, and I was like, well, I'm on a very restrictive diet. And anyways, the guy there asked more about that, and obviously there wasn't anything in there that I could eat, but it all went just fine. I think it's fine because my blood sugars are so stable with the zero carb carnivore diet that wasn't really a concern, but that did make me a little bit more nervous. But otherwise, it went fine. It was pretty similar. They didn't give me the peppermint oil this time, so I think that actually helped last time, and I was feeling a bit more nauseous during the procedure, but it wasn't as bad as the other doctors that I've had injections with, so it went okay. It's not, I won't lie, it is pretty unpleasant, but you know, you just do it, you get it over with, and it's fine. So we're just gonna go home and rest, and yeah, I'll keep you updated on how the recovery for this one goes. So hello, today is just the day after my second round of prolotherapy injections, and I'm doing okay. I'm feeling a bit extra rough today, just overall feeling more dizziness and fatigue and brain fog, and then of course the extra stiff, swollen, and inflamed symptoms in my neck. But like I've said before, that actually feels like increased stability, so in a way it feels good, but it also hurts too, if that makes sense, but in a different way than usual. So I've just been resting all day yesterday and today and doing some reading, and so all is going okay. Nothing absolutely horrifying, just feeling a bit more awful than usual. So it's hopefully productive pain and symptoms that's leading to better days ahead. And actually, the day before my injections on Jake's birthday, I really noticed when we went out onto the beach. We sat on the beach for about an hour in beach chairs, and I wasn't wearing my neck brace, and we went in the water for a little swim, and when we got back to the car, I wasn't dying to put my neck brace back on, which in usual circumstances with that amount of time sitting up without a neck brace on would get to be pretty excruciating. So I have noticed a difference already, which is just crazy. I'm so thankful. I think the improvements are going to continue to happen, and I'll keep you guys posted on that. I know that there's going to be ups and downs and rough days, like today is a rough day, but it's okay. I know how to handle rough days, and that's about it for the prolotherapy update. I do feel swollen back here, and it feels kind of like a giant bruise, which I know I said last time, but it hurts with, like, you know, if I roll over or if I sit up, just like any little movement you can really feel in your neck just because of the intense like stiffness. And so it almost feels like somebody is like really squeezing your neck hard. It's not like hard to breathe, but yeah, it's just kind of like a weird and claustrophobic feeling, but it's all good because I know that it just continues to get less and less as like the week goes on after having the injections done. So I know what to expect, and I'm just having some rest days and enjoying some reading. And a few of you guys have asked me if I'm continuing the lion and carnivore diet while doing this travel, and the answer is yes. I'm still doing the lion diet, which is a stricter version of the carnivore diet where I only eat ruminant meats, so only beef, goats, and lamb. I do want to share more with you guys about that because I'm really excited about it and thankful I did it, but that has definitely been an up and down process as well, but it's overall been very worth it, and I'm thankful that I found this way of eating that I think is very, very healing for many people. So hope you guys are hanging in there, and I'll catch up with you in a little bit. My new weight came in the mail, so it's the same looking weight as the other one, but it has this strap, and this is the one that goes on my lower back area, and then the one that goes on my neck is this one. So I put this on around here, and then have to pull the strap in. Test it out, let's see. Maybe go a little higher. Alright, so that just helps me to pull my back in the right place. And then put this over. Oh, this is all twisted. Okay. Alright. Set timer for 1.5 minutes. Okay, all done. Okay, my friends, I think that's about it for week 4 here at Caring Medical. I did okay with recovering from my second round of prolotherapy. I had a flare-up for a couple of days in my POTS and other symptoms, but things seem to be looking up now, and I am just really thankful to be here and to be able to have these treatments and just feel really, really hopeful, and just more so than I have in years. And so I'm excited about healing. I'm excited about the idea of getting better, and I really am starting to believe that I could get my life back. So if for whatever reason you guys do end up being treated at Caring Medical, be sure to let them know that Rachel from YouTube sent you their way. Anyways, just know I'm rooting for you guys and praying for you guys, and hope that things are going as well as possible for you. So thanks for watching and following along, and I will look forward to seeing you guys next week.